Hi, everybody. I know I'm a mess, but I'm always a mess. So, welcome to Angel's World. How y'all doing today? I want to talk about what it's like to be a small channel on YouTube. And I've redone this video a couple times already because I keep going off track. I'm really bad about that. You know, I have one thought and it'll trigger 10 more. So kind of things. But what I wanted to talk about was the difficulties of making a YouTube channel successful. Now, you got to, first of all, when you think about doing it, I thought about doing it to supplement my income. Because I'm 60 years old. And in a few years, I'm going to qualify, they tell me, for Social Security. Except, I'm 2 credits shy. I had to stop working because of my health. I didn't qualify for disability because the doctors were like, well, you know, you could work sometimes. If I can't hold down a full-time job, it's no good to me. And that's what I was used to doing before, was either I worked for myself and ran my own business, so I was working 24/7, or I worked for a company and got a paycheck. And when that's taken away from you, is a hardship, no doubt, especially as the economy gets worse and worse. So a lot of people are thinking about doing like I'm doing, trying to find a way to come up with a little extra income to keep their lives going. And that was my inspiration for my YouTube channel. And I didn't take it seriously at first. I didn't even start making my videos really on YouTube. I started making them on TikTok. And YouTube kept my stuff going because I made a lot of videos. I've got almost 1,000 videos, and I'm gonna say 80% of them were shorts that I created 6 months ago and back further on TikTok, and then shared and uploaded on here. But I could get likes, but I couldn't get subscribers. And that was causing a drag in the channel for me. So I started just making videos about my life. And I thought, you know, nobody's going to find my life very interesting. And some don't. They find me quite boring. Because I don't go for the clickbait. I don't go for the stuff that draws people in. And nowadays, it makes me mad when I see the clickbait. My brain will go, ooh, that's an interesting title. And then you get into it, and the video has either nothing at all to do with the title, or it's so far off base from the title that there's no equity to it. So you don't even find it entertaining. And that kind of stuff, I don't watch. So my advice, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, don't go directly for, I'm going to monetize. Now, YouTube, they're going to push that on you because that's where they make their money. That is how YouTube makes its money. But if it doesn't see you as a moneymaker, it's not going to push your videos. So you need an alternative means. Now, I use Cash App for people to support my channel. A lot of people don't use Cash App. I personally have had it for about 4 years. I had no problems with it. I had one person who hacked my daughter's account, and tried to get me to send them money. But I'm broke. I don't have no money. So, decline. But it has been the most secure for dealings like that. So I use my Cash App, or I will put a link in for my PayPal account, because a lot of people do still use PayPal and feel it's more secure, because they can even use an alternative like Google Pay for people to be able to pay securely. So I do also use those. But I've never had anybody actually give to my channel to try and help me support this. It has been just an additional cost my husband and I face so that I can have this kind of channel. So now I've been doing this for a little over a year. And you can easily look and see my subscriber count is 372, I think. I've been stuck there for a while, and it took a whole year to get up that far, a little over a year, and almost 1,000 videos. So don't go into the idea of getting your channel monetized, how easy it's going to be, and all I got to do is make some videos. It doesn't work that way. And reality check for me was the struggle I had actually getting subscribers. Now, I don't get a lot of likes. I get a lot of views, but I don't get a lot of likes. And that really hurts the channel. People are like, who cares? Nobody cares. I watched the whole thing, but I'm not going to like it. Well, that kills your channel. The algorithm will not push your video very far without any likes. If people are watching it but they don't like it, and my husband's notorious for that. He will watch 30 or 40 different channels, videos, and never like any of them, but he'll watch them all the way through. Idiots at Work. That's one of the ones we go to stuff like that when I just need to numb out. My brain is tired. I don't want to think about anything. So I'm just going to either watch some people fail, do mess ups and stuff like that, and maybe get a good chuckle. But mostly I don't watch that kind of stuff. So much of it is repeat, that I'm always looking. My brain gets bored easy. I don't know about you, but my brain gets bored very easy. There are certain things that my brain likes, like the Y-Files. He goes through so many different subjects and topics and controversial stuff sometimes, but nothing that has to do with the news, that I love. I love that about the channel. And AJ and Hecklefish are almost like part of my family. My husband will be coming out of the bedroom and he'll hear Hecklefish and he'll go, "Hey, the Y-Files." Now him and I have sat and rewatched I don't know how many videos from the Y-Files, repeat watches. And I know that helps his channel. And I share a lot of his material because, other people might find it interesting. He's a big channel, so there are a lot of people who like the Y-Files. Do I expect to ever get 4 million subscribers? No. But AJ himself, from Y-Files, will tell you that he has a whole team who is working with him to create his YouTube channel and podcasts and everything else. I don't have that access. Like most people, I have my phone, or I have Chromebook. I don't even have a laptop. And you cannot call a Chromebook a laptop. 2 different entities. I have a laptop, but it's old, outdated, and can't use it for anything on here. So I even had its memory upgraded so I could try to use it to create just for my YouTube channel, and I can't do anything with it, even with all that I had added into it. It's just so slow that it's not worth the effort. So if you're like me though, and you're using just what you've got available, now I mostly use my phone. You'll see most of my videos are made with my cell phone. When I do my uploads from my cell phone, I log on to my home internet so I don't go through all the data on my phone, because you know how they are. And YouTube, you have to be prepared for this. If you do, they will try to get you to make longer videos. And if you do, be prepared for much longer upload time. If you upload, say, a 30-minute video, if it's your first one that month, it's going to upload fairly quickly. Your second one might upload about the same. After that, your upload capability seems to drop drastically. So you got to be ready for that. This is a way to be realistic with what your ability to create. You may be able to create thousands of videos. Like I said, I have almost 1,000 videos that I've made. Granted, most of them are shorts. And I was trying to get away from that because I wasn't getting anywhere with it. Yeah, I was getting views. And I was getting more likes than I normally get now. But I wasn't getting any subscribers. And if I did, they didn't stay. I'd get a subscriber, then I'd notice they were gone. Now, I've heard from other YouTubers that sometimes YouTube goes through and will unsubscribe you from certain channels or that kind of thing. And it probably does happen. I have seen my subscribers suddenly drop by 5 people, and then all of a sudden, when I bring it up, a few weeks later, they're back. So YouTube put them back. When they get caught, and sometimes they fix it and sometimes they don't. I had one time where they unsubscribed 3 of my viewers, but I had been in communication off YouTube with those 3 subscribers. So when they got removed, they were asking me, why did I unsubscribe them? They subscribed to help me out, help my channel grow. So they couldn't understand why I unsubscribed them. And I told them I didn't unsubscribe you. So you got to be prepared for these kind of things. When I told them I didn't unsubscribe them, they went and resubscribed to my channel. And of course, that put my subscriptions back where they had been prior to. So if you're thinking you're going to come in here and you're going to make these fantastic videos, unless you have a whole team working with you and the proper equipment, you're not going to get very far. Now, the videos I do watch the most of are, I like to watch Pinebox but I like to watch her channel when I am doing my chores, because I don't have to stare at the screen. There's really nothing to see. It's her telling a story, and I like the way she tells a good story. Mr. Ballin, he's another one that I like, but he's a big channel, and he's far bigger than I think I could ever get my channel to be. But especially at my age, because YouTube wants you to take years to be able to get to monetization. I may not have years. So I'm doing what I can with what I got. And that's for a lot of people like me. So if you're thinking about, maybe here's a way I could make a little extra money, it is a way you can make a little extra money, but you have to understand that it is not something that is a permanent income. YouTube for no reason can demonetize you because they don't, like a video, they don't even have to tell you. But they can demonetize any of your videos at any time without cause. So don't think you're going to count on that income being there every month or every couple of weeks or however. You have to look at it like, there's one gentleman who I like to watch, and he is a camper. He does a lot of camping. And I think he's actually moved out of his home and moved into his camper. I know he did have a nice fifth wheel that he pulled around, but I know he sold that. And his channel is called Work Less, Enjoy Life More, something like that. And I'm still going through his videos because I had never seen him. He's been on there for a couple years. But he does have 42,000 subscribers. And maybe someday I can get to that. But he gets frustrated with it too, because even though his channel is monetized, if his likes go down or his views go down or his subscribers go down, he loses money. And he was hoping, when he started that he could get away from the humdrum life of just working all the time. He's a contractor, I guess, and he still works. He runs his own business still. But he does not work as much as he used to. He really thinks that his devotion to trying to earn a comfortable living for his family kind of destroyed, him and his girlfriend kind of destroyed their relationship because he worked all the time. And he had no time to enjoy life. Now, he's just an average guy. And he will sit there just camping, a nice campfire going, listening to the sounds of nature, and talking about whatever's going on in his life. I watch more of that kind of material than I do the younger kids' material. The younger kids, most of theirs is clickbait titles. You get into it and it's just goofball stuff. It's not interesting to me. Now, to other young people, it's probably fascinating. But to me, I've seen it all. I've been on YouTube, watching YouTube for like 10 years before I ever thought of really building a channel for myself. But, he has also a community that is on Facebook. He's got his Facebook group, and so he does a lot of communicating with his subscribers. I don't have that base. And when I was trying to build my channel, I took on Facebook, I took over 3,000 new friends. And now I had a very small Facebook friend list compared to most. But 90% of the friends were either scammers, fortune tellers, stockbrokers, Bitcoin brokers, or just horn dogs. And they had no respect for anything. Yet I love you, I love you, I love you. You tell me you love me and you've never met me. You haven't spent 5 seconds in the same room with me, and you're wanting to tell me you love me. Why? The desperation comes out. As soon as I hear that, I unfriend them. I do. Because I don't need stalkers. And I've actually had a few, because I opened the door on Facebook to take in some friends to get my channel more exposure. Because I share everything I make onto my Facebook. And I still do. But I've had to go through and spend countless hours blocking, deleting messages. I was getting calls from Arab men, Iranian men, Turkish men, calls on my Facebook. So don't do that, okay? My advice is do not do that. Don't go and taking in tons of friends thinking you're going to get more views. It did not help my channel at all. All these men wanted to do was talk dirty to me or send me dirty pictures, and it was like, look, go find somebody else. I am not interested in, I'm an old woman, definitely not interested in that. So don't make that mistake. Share your stuff. Absolutely share it. And make it where your friends can share it to their friends. Because, like in my case, I have a lot of friends who have friends I don't have. And if they share my material and those people go and watch it, then it helps my channel, right? Right. So you kind of have to be reliant on, it's like sales. You have to be reliant on who you know. Your first sales usually come out of your friends, your family members, and so forth, until you can kind of establish yourself. And it's the same thing with YouTube. But if you want to make your videos, your subscribers last, don't do the clickbait. Stay away from that. Let the young kids have it. Recognize it when you see it and just move on past it. Don't even waste your time on their videos. Because when you do, it just encourages them to keep on doing it. Now, Y-Files does not do that. Pinebox does not do that. Mr. Ballin does not do that. They have good enough topic so that their viewers can click on it and be interested not just in the title but the story that goes with the title. That's the biggest mistake most of those clickbaiters make, is they don't have a story to go with it. And if they do, they have to make it up because they can't come up with facts. You know, all these doomsdayers, Armageddonists, I guess they call them. So we've been in Armageddon since societies began. So it's not a clickbait that works for me. It doesn't draw me in. It doesn't get me to watch your video. If I go in and I'm watching your video and I don't stay more than a few seconds, because it's pretty, you know, if I'm not sure about a video, first thing I'll do is look at other people's comments. And when I'm reading those comments, if it says clickbait, 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 this has nothing to do with why is this, what is this, I'm out. I'm not going to give you a like. I'm not going to watch the whole video. I'm out. Now, if I watch a whole video, which I have done this on accident, because I'll say I'm cooking, and I got a video playing, and my video ended, and it went to the next. And the next video, I would not have picked for myself. And it's not something I would have watched. But because I was busy, and the whole video played through, I will give them a like because I watched the whole video according to the algorithm. So that's what you have to learn to deal with having a small channel, is understanding how the algorithm works. It shows you the metrics in YouTube Studio. I know that. But that is not the reality of how many views you're actually going to get. Because YouTube might feel friendly to you that day, and your video gets seen by a lot of people. And then for 3 weeks, nobody watches it. I've had older videos that I swore nobody was ever going to watch again, and turned around later, they did. They came across it somehow. Maybe because, like me, I'm always hitting the refresh button to try and get some new material up from YouTube for me to watch, because I've scrolled past everything that they've offered and I'm not interested. Otherwise, I would have clicked on it. But YouTube can be difficult with you on that one too. So it's not an easy, instant, I'm going to make a lot of money kind of thing. And once you monetize, I have seen channels that have managed to work their way up to 50,000 viewers totally get trashed by YouTube. YouTube has gone through and demonetized all their videos, so they're not earning any money, and they don't know what they did wrong. Now, this happened to 4 or 5 different creators whose material I did watch, and all of a sudden they weren't able to make any more money, and they didn't know why. And of course, they would put up videos, and YouTube at that time was going through this censorship thing that was just out of this world, where they were claiming censorship violations against people for using their own material. Well, yeah, it's copyrighted, it's mine, so why are you punishing me? Kind of thing. So it just depends on YouTube as to whether you're going to be successful or not. Just like in the world, it depends on your boss how much you're going to be able to move up. Same thing. If you worked for a company for 30 years and you were not able to move up very far in the ranks of your job or position, then they didn't consider you a valuable employee. That's how it used to work. Nowadays, I can't say that anymore. It seems like the billionaires of the world have let their brains fall out of their head, and they're coming up with any reason to get rid of the steady employee because they have to pay them too much. So they want to replace them with a new employee that can start at a lower wage. Now it's the same thing with YouTube. So don't get confused or overwhelmed thinking, I'm just not good at this. You may be great at it, but YouTube may be working against you. I'm not great at this. I don't claim to be. I barely have subscribers. I am always making videos, and I have no way to support myself still. Over a year into it, almost 1,000 videos created, and I'm still not making any money. So be realistic with it. Don't go quit your job. As the one gentleman found out, the Work Less, Enjoy Life More channel, he thought he was going to be able to quit his job. Well, he couldn't. And so he works part-time and he runs his channel. And so that's the reality of this. That's the realistic view. I just don't want people to get the wrong idea about what it means to have a YouTube channel. And you're going to drive your friends crazy, walking around with a camera all the time, recording everything and anything, so that you can get material to go on your channel. You're going to drive your friends and family crazy. If you do it full time, I see a lot of these people go into restaurants, and the restaurant owners are not happy you're there recording. Because first of all, you're recording a lot of other people who are in their establishment who may not want to be recorded while they're eating their dinners. You're in your mind, you're thinking, well, I'm giving free publicity to this restaurant. Well, a little bit. You are. Because if you say, oh, they misused my pronouns, that one was terrible. They misgendered me. Nobody is attacking your gender. They're just not identifying you as a gender. They're identifying you as a person. But when you go into that garbage, a lot of retailers don't want you anywhere near their stores, their restaurants, with your cameras. So you're going to have to be very respectful of the people who allow you to record them. I've gone into places having my camera, my phone going, and recording, talking to myself, and I will purposely turn away so that my camera does not capture anybody else. It's out of respect for their privacy. They don't want to be on the news. They don't want 15 minutes of fame that is not going to bring them anything but hardship. Oh, I saw you on so-and-so's video, blah, blah, blah. Were you a part of that? Were you this? Were you? Because that person is also going to use clickbait titles. And your picture may be in there. So they don't want it. Be respectful of your audience. And they're going to be much more accepting of your presence and recording them. So this video is up to 31 minutes and almost 32. So my thing is going to scream at me that I'm at my limit. So I'm going to have to shut down. But please like, share, comment. Those things are very, very important. As important as subscribing. And if you'd like to help my channel, I'm putting a link into my video descriptions for my Cash App, and I'm trying to get the PayPal one to work. I'm not sure yet, but those are the two ways. If you would like to support my channel, you can. And it's okay if you don't. I understand how hard it is for everybody these days when it comes to, the good American dollar. Anyway, this is just, I wanted to talk to you about getting started with a channel and the work that it really takes, so you don't go into this like I did. I had no clue what I was doing or if it was going to work, but I have learned a lot over the last year, and I thought I'd pass on some of the advice, some of my mistakes, so that maybe you can sidestep those mistakes that I made, and your channel can grow faster and you can get to your monetization. But don't look at it as a permanent source of income. Don't. It's a mistake. Unless you're willing to go as big as AJ and Hecklefish on the Y-Files, or Mr. Ballin, who goes out and does tours and book signings and writes books, and unless you've got alternative means to add to that reinforced income. Okay? So be wise about it, be aware, but have fun. Enjoy making your videos, because if you enjoy making your videos, your watchers are going to enjoy it too. So that's my advice for all the creators out there. American Granny loves you. Don't ever forget that. Mwah.